Hey everybody, Pat Palmer, the computer guy here on Pat's on Periscope for a Monday evening, the 28th of September. Gee whiz, we're almost to the month of October. I'm trying to get my light situation here set up because I do not like the light in the background, Sam I am. I don't really like the way my hair turned out either. So anyway, we are here for another edition of Pat's on Periscope. It's been a busy day. I'm an hour late, and I really apologize for that because I hate being late. I know a great man, Barry Lamos, once said, if you can be an hour late, you can be an hour early. So anyway, let me flip this monitor off right here. That will create a little bit of ambiance there. Anyway, no, I was, the last 2 days have been really exciting. Of course, we live in Iowa. The computer guy is based right here in Hampton, Iowa. And we're kind of a hotbed of political activity in the state of Iowa at this point in time. And so anyway, I like to, my wife doesn't, but I like to hear all the candidates. I like to hear them firsthand. I don't like to watch them on TV. I don't like to... I don't like to hear them on Fox News. I don't like CNN, MSNBC, Christian Broadcast Network. I don't care. I don't want to hear them on TV. I want to hear them in person or during a debate. So anyway, I go to events where political candidates are at. So last night, Sunday night, I went to the Bernie Sanders event up at Nyack, a very well-attended event up there. And then tonight I went, and was late, went to the event in Alden for Chris Christie. And I said earlier on Facebook, I'm glad I live in a country where I can freely go to various political events without being judged. And of course, you always have a couple of whiz-bangs there in the crowd that... And they've got to whisper, and they've got to point, and they've got to make smirky little faces. And, you know, my philosophy on going to political events, I know this is nothing about the computer guy, but it winds around to that, is that no matter what, they want a crowd. The politicians, the people running for president want a crowd. And if you fail to go and there's no crowd, then they won't come back. And they will spread around in their little groups. Don't go back there. There was no crowd. So anyway, I'm glad that we have that process going on in Iowa right now. And of course, I have always thought that it did help the local economy a little bit when I was working at a cell phone store in Mason City. That we did have those, and I offer discounts. And it doesn't matter the political flavor. There are people working in Iowa, usually around this area, whether they're staffers or whether they're people in the campaign office, and their computers may break. And I usually give about a 20% discount to those people. They are a million miles away from home. They know nobody here, really. I mean, they know really nobody. They come to town as strangers. They've got one thing in common, and that might be the candidate. And so anyway, I usually go around to all the candidates' headquarters, give them a card, say, thanks for being in North Iowa. And if you do have any computer issues, that we give those to you. So usually give about a 20% discount on those sorts of computer problems with all of the people that come to Iowa from out of town. Of course, a lot of times they have problems. Power jack will break or you get a virus, something like that. And then that's what they help them out with. I did want to read an important document. Hear ye, hear ye. Oyez, oyez. It's now official. It has been published in the media. Facebook has just released the entry price. $5.99 to keep the subscription of your status to be set private. If you paste this message on your page, it will be offered for free. Now paste, not share. If not, tomorrow your post can become public. And there's the rest of this crap. It is a hoax. It is really a hoax, and I don't understand how people can buy into this. And it just keeps getting repopulated and sent out and sent out and sent out. And it's not even it doesn't even make sense. So anyway, don't share that. Don't copy and paste it. Don't believe it. That's why there's these sponsors ads along the side on Facebook. And so anyway, that's what ads pay for Facebook for. So anyway, if you want to, Facebook will cost you if you want to buy an ad. Go ahead, you can promote your business and do all that. But no, Facebook's not charging, and there's no Rome statutes, and there's the rest of us. Now, on the other hand, don't think that what you don't post on Facebook won't go public or viral or whatever, even if you don't want it to. Just tonight, I saw a person post a picture of his two little girls that were in the bathtub, and they were, I don't know, I can't judge ages, but they were one had diapers on, it looked like. Anyway, they were shirtless, and I reached out to the guy and I said, that's cute. That's something you could show their prom date, when they're 17. But boy, I just wouldn't share that on Facebook. I said, if I copied that photo into my phone and I had that, and I was taken in, I got stopped for speeding, or somehow my phone came into play, and they saw those photos on there, then I've got a lot of questions to answer. We've been talking in the tech groups lately about this, about child pornography, about various things like this, and it's a dangerous situation. What do we report as techs? My standard answer, and this is just the answer I go by, is the police department is not my first call. My first call is my lawyer, because here's the reasoning for this. Let's say that there is and it doesn't have boys or girls, whatever, questionable photo on there, and this has happened to me once. A questionable photo on there, and I report it to the police right away. I said, police, this is a crime, and this is child porn, and this is whatever. And then they make a big deal out of it. Of course, they call the owner of the computer in, and the owner of the computer then can prove that the person in that picture is 18, or it's a family member, or it's something else. And what I've come across one time was a little boy with a medical condition, and their parents were in a lawsuit against a daycare center. And so what had happened was they had pictures, and we don't come across these all the time. There was a folder on the desktop, and when it got copied, something was open, it looked weird. So anyway, I checked it out. But anyway, that was actually evidence in a case against a daycare center. So what some people would think was X-rated material or not good may have been a better explanation for it. Again, that's why I would call my lawyer first before running to the police. But if it is child porn or that sort of stuff, you bet that gets reported. Now, on the other hand, I'm not making excuses for this. It's not a common practice for me to rifle through people's photos or videos or documents. I just don't. It used to be when we did a copy program and the file would actually come across the screen and it would kind of be in like a thumbnail. Then you would see that. But nowadays, they just don't do that. It's just data copy to data and away you go. You do come across it once in a while if you have things on the desktop. Now, another example of this come up, a gentleman brought in his computer a long time ago, and he says, I've got some pictures of my wife on there I don't really want anyone to see. I've got them hidden in a folder. Okay. Now, most people say, must look at wife's photos. Well, that wasn't the case until we ran a program that unhid every file in the computer. And so anything that would have been put in a hidden file, this virus scanning program that we use, or I use, runs in a different program, a different language. And so anyway, it opens everything up and unhides everything. Now these photos were sadly in the photo gallery. And another coincidence was the photo gallery was the screensaver. Yeah, So anyway, about 20 minutes after the screensaver kicks on, oh wow, yeah, don't want to let the screensaver kick on again. It was the pictures of the wife. So anyway, we got that all. That was back when I had the computer shop downtown. So anyway, we got all that squared around and hid the pictures again for the guy. So, but the computer was infected. But when we do things like that, some of those programs that we use in the tech world do unhide, because that's where viruses hide, is sometimes in hidden folders. So it was a logical thing to do, was to unhide all the folders. The unlogical thing to do was to have the folder in the photo folder and the photo folder be the screensaver. So while it had pictures of nice fall leaves and other things and kids hunting pumpkins in the apple orchard and whatever, and then there's that. So anyway, just if a heads up, don't store your X-rated photos of people 18 above in your photo section and have your photo section be your screensaver. So that's today's advice. Anyway, we're kind of off on a tangent on that, but it is important to discuss. It's important to open the lines of communication up on that, and it is what it is. Now, with this whole document that has circulated on Facebook, that's a total bogus thing. This doesn't mean that if I put my picture on there, it won't be shared. And so if it's on your Facebook, it's somewhat open game, except if it's a copyrighted photo. And sometimes copyrighted photos will have watermarks on them, or sometimes they won't. Like my logo, for example, is a copyrighted photo. It's a copyrighted logo. I don't have it handy anywhere. I guess I do right here. It is right there. Anyway, a lot of people think that's just clip art, so they go to Google Images search, and they search for the computer guy, and they pull that image, and then they put it on all their stuff, and then I get upset. So I have to send out some paperwork on that, and then we get you to take that sort of information down. But that's where you do have to watch for copyrighted material. Now, if like the Kardashians or famous folks put things out, or like E-Network puts things out, and you pull that and share it, that's a copyrighted photo. So you have to be very, very careful on some of those photos that you are sharing or using for yourself. It's a fine line. Best, err on the side of caution.